Hey everyone, Dave here with a Affordable Door and Gate. I am coming to you down in beautiful Grand Haven, Michigan. I'm going to turn the camera around for a second and show you the view I'm looking at today. It's quite beautiful. Check this beautiful view out I got today. Goes down, that's Lake Michigan to your left. Hard left, you can just see a pier down there. Beautiful view. So with that view, one thing I wanted to tell you about Grand Haven. I don't know if this is true or not. I heard this rumor one time that Grand Haven was the second place in the Playboy magazine to be the hookup spot in America. I don't know if that's 100% true. I don't even know how it stands today. That was just something I heard one time. And then I started thinking about it. You know what's funny about it? It's actually where I picked up my wife. Just saying. My lovely wife. So anyways, guys, today I got a question from Mr. Ryan. Got my notes here. And Mr. Ryan reached out to me, and he was basically talking about the business, and we are struggling to get customers, spend a lot of money on radio ads, Facebook, etc. People who work for love us and tell us which has been great. Any suggestions would help. So basically, Mr. Ryan's asking, what do you guys do? I would love to hear your guys' comments below. Is there anything that you see in your area that seems to be working for doing ads? Maybe also specify a little bit, say, with commercial or with residential. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents. My 2 cents is, let's start out with commercial. Commercial is its own animal, you know what I mean? And I love commercial. I absolutely love commercial. A lot of reasons I love commercial. I love that you anticipate the job, you get to go to the job, you get to see the job, you might go back the next day for the job. You're dealing with all new product. Normally everybody's on the same team. Everybody's working for the same objective to get the job done. There is some caveat stuff with it. Don't get me wrong, get material on there on time, getting logistics right. There's been, stuff isn't measured right, stuff was made wrong, building's not the same size, all kinds of stuff. It's not perfect by any means. But I like the atmosphere better. So anyways, with commercial over the years, I found the best way to go in is shake a man's hand. Look them in the eyes and tell them, say, hey, I'd like to do business with you. I'd like to take care of this account. I've gotten a lot of business over the years with telling people that I'd like to do business with them. I always like the wording that I would say is I'd like to do this job. You know what I mean? I'd be really proud to do this job. Anything you can to let them know that you are interested and you care about this job. That's a huge thing nowadays. We don't have that in America anymore. We have a bunch of pansy boys, and even myself, right? With multiple businesses I run, it is so hard to find good contractors. And when you do, you squeeze them and hug them and love them and kiss them and never let them go. Because they're like impossible to find. Yeah. So anyways, I think with the radio, you might pick up some commercial. It doesn't hurt. I know a lot of my competition does radio. I've never personally done it. A lot of times it's money, right? I see billboards a little bit with that whole, what's that one that's company, Prestige or not Prestige, but I can't think of it. They're always around. They do their same day service, which they don't deliver on anyways. They're kind of a joke as far as I'm concerned. So let's switch over to the residential. Residential I've always looked at as like, how do I look at residential? Residential, first thing I think of the residential is I think of a fire extinguisher. And this is why I always explain we are firemen, we are tow truck drivers, because with residential, it comes directly out of their pocket, right? And we all do it, right? We all go car shopping, we all go to the store, and we look for the cheapest price, right? We're always looking for the cheapest price. That's why China's kicking our butt. because we buy all the Chinese crap. Because we want the cheapest stuff. We do it to ourselves. Anyways, I digress. So, with residential, I always think of like, most of the time it's the phone, stickers, and probably Google. So you're going to want to make sure with Google, you're getting organic, have people give you reviews. Make sure they're giving you reviews. Make sure they're giving you the 5-star reviews. Sometimes you can do all kinds of things to trick it up. Sometimes you can do gift cards. Sometimes you can do discounts. Sometimes there's all kinds of different ways. But a lot of stuff in life is preparation. And that's the stuff that's preparation that takes time, right? After the job, nobody wants to spend the time to, hey, will you give us a 5-star? Can we sit down? Here's my tablet, or can we look it up, or can I send you a link? Or it's a lot of work. But it's so important for the future. It really is. So with residential, like I said, I would probably focus on, Google. Anywhere you can be where it's an emergency and they go for you, right? Don't forget your garage door stickers. Those are very important for future work. And I always point them out too, right? I always say, hey, I put a sticker on your garage door. If you need anything, just give us a call, right? Also, don't forget yard signs. I think yard signs are pretty darn important. We don't do it we probably don't do it at all, because I know we haven't ordered any and who knows when. And it is challenging to get the guys to do it because they just don't care. But the future, it's when you stick that out there, right? I think in this world we have this whole thing. It's there's energy all around us, right? In this universe, we can't even see it, right? We can feel it though, right? When somebody walks into a room, right, we can feel the energy that they put off, right? We can see the motions, shoulders and body language, and just it's there, right? I think we all have it. Some people can identify it easier than others. But if you put a sign out, it's almost like it builds excitement, right? Maybe it's that whole thing with keeping up with the Joneses, right? They see a garage door and go, oh, my garage door don't look that good. I guess I better get myself a new one. So what they do is they're going to look at your sign. They might know the neighbor personally, got their phone number, text them, whatever. Say, hey, how'd they do? And they say, oh, they did a great job. We're really happy. Word of mouth is really a big thing. It does help. And of course, if you want to spice things real up, just be the cheap guy. And then people come running and raise your prices down the road, once you kind of set the hook. I was going to say with commercial, it's kind of that way. If you ever get a commercial customer that calls you, now there's two ways I kind of look at this. I have these little bells in my head, right? My first bell is, who used to service them and why are they no longer servicing them and why are they calling us, right? Because I had a secretary one time. I remember she called for this one customer and I told this guy, we always did garage doors commercial account. I said, we do gate operators. Yeah. Finally, also one day we get a phone call and he's like, and she calls me and says, hey, his name, he's passed away now, unfortunately. His name was Dennis. And she goes, hey, Dennis called and said that, he wants us to come work on his gate operator. Now, of course, mind you, it's a blizzard that day. It's snowing, just coming up from the ground. I kid you not. And I'm like, why? And she's like, well, do you want me to call him and tell him we don't want it? And I'm like, no, that's not it. But why? Long story short, I go out there and start talking to the maintenance, or not maintenance, but the security guard. Security guard said the other company was already out there. Dennis called them back to come back and fix it again, and the same with a couple hours. They declined to come back out. He was ticked, right? That's how it works. And he decided to call us. And of course, I got a crap show. You guys probably won't really understand this, but there was a pipe over another pipe. They drilled a hole in the back and welded globs of they welded in those holes, basically. Booger welds. That pipe came loose where the rollers are for the gate. And that gate literally rolled one way and they would get caught. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I fix this? I needed to like tear up the whole post and redo this whole thing. And it's like, 12 degrees out with snow blowing from the ground. It comes up. Literally in Michigan, it literally does. It doesn't come from the sky. It comes from the ground up.
Older than a witch's titty out there, isn't it?
That's how bad it is here. So we ended up making something happen. And we've worked for him ever since, right? And even when he passed away, now his apprentice or whoever, we still do work for them. But anyways, my point is that when you get those guys, right, you have to do everything, right? You have to do basically like for free, right? Almost like lose money. Because to get in their system is so hard, right? It's so hard. You have to get into their accounts payable. You have to get the insurance. You have to get the emails right. You have to get the routing number. You have to get the direct payment right. I mean, there's just so many things behind the scenes to get it right that it just takes a lot of time. But once you're in, and if you can deliver on your promise, or be there in reasonable time, it works out pretty good. I'll go into another if somebody wants to hear the story on. I'll tell you why you should have salespeople, in those commercials. You know what I mean? Commercial accounts, because of the fact that it's just very long-winded, and I don't want to get into that. I don't want to bore you guys with that. So, anyways, Ryan, I hope that kind of helps. Just keep hustling at it. Like I said, for things to finally, I mean, it's been maybe the past 3 or 5 years now that I feel like even in my business, things have finally clicked where it's a pretty smooth running machine. That it still has hiccups, it still has misfires. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I've been doing it 18 years, I think. It takes a long time to get the roots in the ground, to get things started, to get the business, to get into all the platforms. And we really don't have to do much now with that stuff. We have good customers. We have loyal customers, loyal customers are my best. I love loyal customers. I'll do anything for my loyal customers because you just don't have to deal with all the BS, let's just say. All right, you guys, I am going to get out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It is a great day out here. It's toasty. It's about 50 degrees. It's nice. And if you don't mind, before you leave, hit that like button. Become a subscriber. You might learn something. I told you, if maybe we hit 2K, I might have a nailer that we're going to give away. Ooh, kind of rhymes. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Keep your fingers and your toes. Be safe. Remember, your health is the most important thing. You ain't got your health, you ain't got nothing. You can always make more money, but you can't grow back your fingers, your arms, your ears, your eyes. Doesn't happen, guys. So be safe. Talk to you later.